Oregon State Facts for Kids. Oregon shares borders with California and Nevada to the south, Washington to the north, Idaho to the east, and the Pacific Ocean to the west. 6 regions of lowlands, plateaus, and mountains make up the territory. Almost the whole eastern half of Oregon is covered by the Columbia Plateau, which is the state's greatest geographical area. This is the location of North America's deepest river gorge, Hell's Canyon. With an average depth of 5,500 feet, the canyon could accommodate almost 5 stacked Eiffel Towers. The Basin and Range region, which lies south of the Columbia Plateau, is primarily semi-arid with a few high mountains. The Cascade Mountains, a region of significant highs and lows, stretch from north to south across the state. Among these are Crater Lake, the deepest lake in the United States at 1,943 feet. The lake was formed when a volcano collapsed around 7,700 years ago. Mount Hood is the highest point in Oregon and rises to the height of 11,245 feet. Mount Hood is often called the second most climbed mountain in the world, behind Mount Fuji in Japan. In the northwest is a slender, productive region known as the Willamette Lowland. The western coast range consists of cliffs that parallel the Pacific coast, small lakes, and low, forested mountains. The rocky, wooded Klamath Mountains cut through the southwest corner of Oregon. This is where the Oregon Caves National Monument is located. Some researchers believe that humans have inhabited what is now Oregon for at least 15,000 years, based on the discovery of a small, primitive stone knife here in 2012. Later, the country was inhabited by numerous Native American tribes, such as the Paiute, Nez Perce, Shasta, Tillamook, Chinook, and many more. European settlers are believed to have arrived around the 1500s. After arriving, both Spain and Great Britain claimed the area for themselves. In 1804, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, 2 American explorers, were dispatched by President Thomas Jefferson to map out the country and the surrounding area. This included what is now Oregon. In 1846, Britain and the United States signed the Oregon Treaty, extending the international border between the U.S. and what would become Canada. On February 14, 1859, Oregon became the 33rd state admitted into the United States. The capital was established in Salem and they began to use the 2-letter abbreviation, O, and R. There are 4.2 million residents spanning throughout the 95,997 square miles and 36 counties which defines the state. The Oregon Trail was a wagon trail that went from Independence, Missouri to Oregon City. It was 2,200 miles long and was used by people to travel west during the 1800s. There are still ruts which are the remains of marks that wagon wheels left in the ground. The key industries in the state are agriculture including wheat, fishing, dairy products, Christmas trees, cattle, timber, paper products, electronics, computers, and tourism. Cannon Beach is a small coastal city in northwest Oregon. It's known for its long, sandy shore. Standing tall in the ocean, Haystack Rock is a seasonal haven for tufted puffins. The sea caves and caverns along Oregon's coast are also home to stellar sea lions throughout the year. Oregon has the most ghost towns of any state. A ghost town is an abandoned settlement, usually one that contains substantial visible remaining buildings and infrastructure such as roads. A town often becomes a ghost town because the economic activity that supported it has failed or ended for any reason. There are 9 lighthouses along Oregon's scenic coastline. 4 are now historic monuments, while the other 5 are still in use. The most well-known waterfall in Oregon is undoubtedly Multnomah Falls, which is also a popular location for photographers. A stunning bridge separates the 2 falls, making for a charming vista. You get the impression that you have entered a prehistoric world due to the sheer cliffs and thick woodland. The state flower is the Oregon grape. This flower holds a sacred position in Native American traditions, serving as a vital component in ceremonies and as a food source. The state bird is the western meadowlark. They stick their closed bills into the ground, then open them while they're stuck in the dirt. This behavior, called gaping, makes holes where they can find insects to eat. The state fish is the Chinook salmon. They have an average weight of 40 pounds and an average length of 27.5 inches. An adult Chinook has been recorded to weigh as much as 135 pounds and as long as 50 inches. The state tree is the Douglas fir. The oldest trees can be more than 1,500 years old. Due to its strength, Douglas fir is used for building and construction, and it is one of the finest timbers for heavy structural purposes, including glue-laminated timber beams and roof trusses. The state mammal is the North American beaver. Dams are built to stop and accumulate water to expand their ideal habitat, increase food supply, protect them from predators, and provide enough water for winter survival.
I hope you enjoy our videos. If so, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel.